It's Thursday, December the 2nd. New day for Ireland. It's Thursday. Seattle smells like Teen Spirit, looks like Police Academy 3. Wembley shambles. It's just too small. Please welcome the man who has no problem being Olympic size, Mr. Ian Lee.
Calm down, you crazy mentalist. Calm down. Hello and welcome to the 11 o'clock show. Wembley, Wembley. We've a bunch of bad designers and they fucked up Wembley. Nice one. Yep, the designs for the new Wembley Stadium are appalling. PE Minister Chris Smith hasn't even told the designers to get back to the drawing board. Instead, he's told them, you're going home on a fucking ambulance. So, I'm all out of breath. I was having a run back there. The stadium was to be the main feature of England's bid for the Olympics in 2012, or 2012-1, as it's now known to the bookies. Because there's now more chance of Gary Glitter being invited to duet with the Chicken Shed on next year's Christmas #1 than us succeeding in our bid. What does that tell you? Exactly. Incredible. It would be a terrible song, but the video would be very interesting. But the last time Britain hosted the Olympics, Jeffrey Archer hadn't even met Monica Coughlin. Or fucked her. Not that he's done either, of course. Chris Smith... I'm saying nothing. I say nothing. Chris Smith has asked around for ideas, John Prescott has suggested a bus lane, and David Beckham has suggested a sandpit. Not for the long jump, just so he can play in it at half-time. Same for him to do. But that's enough of this twin-towered tosh. Please welcome the girl we'd all run 100 metres for. It's Daisy Donovan. Popular, hey?
Hey! That's so lovely. Would you really run 100 metres for me?
Well, yeah, of course, but I'd rather we went skiing.
OK, bring a friend. That'd be great.
Daisy, please tell us what's coming up on tonight's show.
Will do so, sir. Look at this old cow. Isn't she lovely? Lady Thatcher certainly seems to think so. She might have been good to animals, but what was she like to her kids? We'll be asking one of the original Thatcher's children, her daughter Carol. And bless his beautiful hide, our favourite Texan Artie Fulton asks, what the hell is going on at this week's Reclaim the Streets march?
I figured if we was all to reclaim the streets, then we could set up toll booths, we could make ourselves a goddamn fortune. Yee-haw!
That's not really what it's about, is it?
Now here are the headlines.
And tonight's top stories. A shock TV documentary has blamed Princess Anne's ugliness on the royal dentist. But Buckingham Palace has strenuously denied that the Queen ever slept with him.
A restaurant is being sued for £1 million after a toilet seat fell and chopped a customer's cock in half. The manager of the restaurant said, I knew he was unhappy, so I was quite surprised when he left a tip.
It's not clear exactly how the injury occurred, but it's thought the man might be a dyslexic anarchist who tried to fuck the cistern.
Doctors have uncovered a rare case of Siamese twins, where one of the twins is actually Siamese.
Veteran entertainer Max Bygrave has launched a 50p per minute phone line with all his jokes on it. Oftel are concerned that customers could run up bills as large as 50p.
Stanley Kubrick's controversial film A Clockwork Orange is set to be re-released in the UK. The film's distributors have denied that the film has been recut to appeal to a younger audience, although they have admitted it's going to be retitled A Clockwork Sunny Delight.
The actor who made his name playing Leroy in the TV series Fame was chased by police after trying to dodge a taxi fare. Apparently, he tried to start paying in sweat.
Former Palace intruder Michael Fagan is still obsessed with the Queen. It's been revealed that he's got a picture on his wall of her smoking a spliff. Apparently, he took the photograph when he broke into her bedroom.
And those were today's headlines. From midnight last night, the Ulster Parliament took control of Northern Ireland.
To see if they've buggered it up, yep, here's Alex Lowe with his report.
It wasn't all rain and incest in Ireland today, as Ulster's new power-sharing executive was sworn in, ending 25 years of direct rule by Westminster. At midnight, London signed over power to the Stormont Assembly, and Dublin revoked their claims to the province. In a traditional Irish early morning ceremony of drinking, the handover was formally ratified. The removal of Articles 2 and 3 mean the Irish rescind any territorial rights over the north. A separate article to further appease Britain prevents any paddies coming over here and going on and on about their Guinness tasting better, legendary Irish charm, or the magic of Dublin. However, Britain is still very willing to indulge in the traditional Irish crack. It is hoped that under this new spirit of O Glasnost, the people of Ulster will finally put their violent past behind them. The IRA has announced that all exiles may return, with the exception of bald lunatic Sinead O'Connor, and punishment kneecappings will now be replaced with Chinese burns and wedges. The government has set aside a £3 billion budget to rebuild the region. Stormont immediately announced that they intend to spend the money on a complete set of Man United kits for all Irish ministers, a load more wild horses for them to ride bareback through council estates, and what's left over, they'll blow down the bookies. With this new spirit of partnership, both sides accept that some things will have to change. Traditional Belfast murals will have to be replaced, and today, newly appointed spokesman for street art, catchphrases Roy Walker, unveiled the new designs.
Go on, say what you see. Right, please, for Ireland.
Ultimately, the people of Ulster will decide if the new Stormont Assembly lasts, or whether it will be remembered as the biggest Irish embarrassment since Boyzone. This has been Alex Lowe for the 11 o'clock show, Belfast.
And now, for more on today's top story, the handing over of powers to Northern Ireland Assembly, we go over live to Alex Lowe in Belfast. Alex, are relations thawing between Dublin and London?
Well, Ian, the Irish President Mary McAleese said earlier today that she would welcome a first-ever visit from the Queen. The Queen is yet to comment, but Prince Philip has said, what, visit the Irish? I'd rather hope the Spud famine had finished them all off.
Alex, how have the Conservatives reacted to the government's handling of the Ireland question?
Well, Ian, some critics have said that the government is just using devolution as a way to get rid of all the shitty bits of the United Kingdom. They've started with the obvious ones, Wales, Scotland and Ireland, and now moving on to, well, obviously Leicester, Wigan and the whole of South London.
Alex Lowe, thanks very much.
Thanks, Ian.
In the field of news broadcasting, certain figures stand head and shoulders above the rest.
But there's one news commentator who stands alone for being absolutely useless. Please tolerate Ricky Gervais.
Nice and sweet it does it. Nice and sweet it does it. Does it every time.
Right, Gervais, no excuses this week. We've got some papers for you. Do you recognise them?
No, I've had a look. I told you last week I've turned over a new leaf, but you're still having a go, aren't you? Vanessa Phelps is too fat, now Posh is too skinny. Do you know what I mean? It's just... It's not clever to just be nasty and take the piss out of people who might get upset and complain or even have a go back. Much cleverer to take the piss out of people who can't fight back, like the old and the bewildered. There's a story here. Yeah, it's got the camera here. Right, look at that. Just married. He's 91 and she's 41, I think, OK? And they married to avoid inheritance tax, right? I don't think that's the only reason. I think she married him because he's got an enormous fucking cock. You can tell, look at him, but he can walk fine. That walking stick's a counterbalance because his huge schlong goes all the way down that leg. So he can, you know, he can tell. It says, sex, at my age, you just think about it. Which is true, which is actually true. Just because you're 90 doesn't mean you stop thinking about it, I hope. This is the truth. I don't think I should tell this.
It's the truth. You shouldn't if you've got doubts about it.
Listen. God, a friend of mine, Tony Scott, I can say his name because he doesn't do it anymore. He was a psychiatric nurse in this place just outside Reading, yeah? And one day, this middle-aged woman came in with her father, who was actually 90, and he was getting a bit of a problem. He was losing it a bit, and he was forgetting to dress, and they had a teenage daughter. And the final straw was that he used to fry bacon and rub it around his genitals so the dog would lick it. But what I want to know was why did he have to cook it? What sort of a fussy dog is that? Here, boy. Lick the bollocks. What? Lick the bollocks. Why? You're a dog, that's what you do. What's in it for me? You know what I mean? Make them taste nice. Like what? Bacon, right? Yeah. Cook it first. Streaky? Of course it's fucking streaky, I'm 90. But the final straw was when the family found their crafty cat sticking a little word of the original on his cock.
Right, I'm going to stop you there, Gervais. That is out of order. Listen to Ricky Gervais. Don't applaud him. Don't applaud him. Really, he really isn't worth it. But that's the end of part one. Coming up in part two, we'll be talking to the shopkeeper's daughter's daughter, Carol Thatcher.
And our American correspondent, R.T. Fulton, will be reclaiming the streets from a right bunch of anarchists.
Join us after the break and make sure you heed this public warning.
Daisy says, never get William Hague confused with the tiny man in Bronski Beat.
Welcome back to the 11 o'clock show. Now, fans of bikinis and wanking are in for a real treat this Saturday. The Miss World competition is back on our screens. Girls from around the globe are taking part. In fact, if all the entrants were laid end to end, I'd certainly video it.
With Miss UK Nicola Willoughby getting her knockers out in the papers, the competition is even more popular than ever. So if you're thinking of entering Miss World, and I don't mean in the George Best sense, here's our guide to what the judges are looking for.
Intelligence. To a Miss World judge, brains are as important as looks. Cultivate your grey matter by reading the classics, visiting art galleries and attending night school. Unless, of course, you're flat-chested or ugly, in which case you may as well stay at home.
Busy. Judges appreciate a girl with a healthy glow. Keep up a healthy fitness regime until the very last moment. Don't get caught in the bogs shooting skag into the only fresh vein you've got left as your name's called.
Classic appeal. Choose timeless role models. Try to emulate the poise of Grace Kelly, the vigour of Jane Mansfield and the beauty of Princess Diana. But don't mimic them too closely by dying in a tragic car accident on your way to the venue.
And that was the 11 o'clock show's guide to Miss World.
To us, a saviour is born.
Yes, St Tony and Cherie are going to have a sprog, and life won't be easy for the brat in the public eye.
So we asked an ex-premier's offspring to come on the show to pass him some advice. No, it's not James Major. He could go at any minute, you know. But ladies and gentlemen, she's suffered enough, so please give her a warm welcome. It's Carol Thatcher.
Oh, Carol. Darling, I love you, though you treat me cruel.
Nice to meet you.
What's the best
Daisy.
thing about having a Prime Minister for a parent?
Oh, well, I think as temporary abodes go, Daisy, number 10 Downing Street is not a bad address. I mean, I think we've got to be factual about this. And after all, Chequers is a pretty good weekender.
Chequers?
Chequers.
Sorry.
You're quite right in Chequers. Sorry about this.
What was it like for you? Did you bring boyfriends back to number 10?
Well, no, actually, there are quite a lot of capacious parks quite nearby,
I thought you say something else.
What was your mum like to the boyfriends you brought home?
Oh, no, she was quite pleasant. I remember my brother's girlfriend, she used to call them all dear, so you didn't have to remember their names. I mean, she was always very polite, because after all, they were voters. And when you are in politics...
Did you ever... This is a personal question.
Oh, is it?
Did you ever do it on your parents' bed?
No.
OK, we'll stop there.
It's off-putting, actually. I mean, I don't know about how you feel about these
No,
things.
guilt washing over me.
OK.
Now, I bet...
Is he always like this?
Yes.
No.
Was she a loving mother?
Oh, yes, yes, I don't want to say that she, Iron Lady, as an Iron Lady, she wasn't a loving mother. That'd be quite unfair.
Is it true that she didn't remember your name as a child? Did she call you dear?
No, actually, she called me by the names of her various secretaries, because after all, they were quite useful, whereas I suppose I was mostly a pest.
What was the most embarrassing thing she did as a mother? Was it not letting you wear makeup, telling you to turn your stereo down, or sinking the Belgrano?
Well... Is this a multiple choice?
It can be.
Oh no, I don't think she was overly embarrassing as a mother, to be quite honest. No more so than I was as a daughter, I think, to be quite honest.
Now, your twin brother Mark was born before you. Does that...
2 minutes.
Does that make him the evil twin?
Well, it makes him 2 minutes older, actually, Ian. I think I don't want to go beyond that.
Now, they say that twins have got a close, mysterious bond. When did you last see him?
No.
No bond at all? That's a very definite no.
No.
Is there a bit of tension there?
Definite no, but no close bond, as in what you were suggesting.
Telepathic.
Yes,
None
exactly. No, he's not an identical twin, he's of the opposite sex, so if he falls over and breaks his leg, my leg doesn't hurt sort of number.
When did you last speak to him?
I'm sure last year.
You're sure last year?
Your present boyfriend is 15 years younger than you, isn't he?
Yes, I advocate toy boys. Highly recommend
Well,
it.
we've got a picture of him here.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
No! Mistaken identity.
Here he is
Mistaken
now.
identity.
That's him, isn't it? Handsome. Now, he's bronzed, athletic, 30-year-old continental ski instructor who's well known in European royal households. What do you see in him?
Well, everything you've just read out of his CV and more, which I perhaps won't mention as
No, Carol, keep your dignity.
Hey, all righty! Now, before we go, we can let you leave before we ask you to clarify some mysteries surrounding your mother. We've got some statements here which we'll read out. You just say true or false. Daisy, you got the first one?
As a child, she used to whip the staff in her father's greengrocer's shop for not putting out the tins of peas straight.
Gulp, I wasn't there.
Yes, no, she didn't do that.
And finally, a monkey has been living comfortably inside her hair since 1982. It's actually true, we've got a picture of it. Ladies and gentlemen, she gets my vote, even if my mother would, it's Carol Thatcher. Thank you very much. Yes,
do you
Daisy?
go to church much?
Well, I used to. I used to love being in the choir boys, but they just kicked me out.
Oh, well, I suppose your voice broke.
No, I just turned 25.
Well, a report out today reveals that church attendance is at an all-time low.
So I went out to London and filmed this special report.
A recent report shows that the God-fearing British public may not be as God-fearing as we previously thought. In fact, the number of people attending church on a Sunday has fallen below those who used to watch Vanessa before it was scrapped for being rubbish. But what exactly is wrong with Britain's churches? I've come here to London to find out. What would make the church appeal more to kids?
Toys. Toys, a free toy as you go in. Like McDonald's. Happy Meal, toy.
Maybe they should get the vicar to dress up as a clown as well.
Oh no, clowns are scary for kids. Clowns are frightening. No, but yeah, some entertainment for the kids.
You're scared of clowns? Ooh, big baby. Hello, hi, my name's Peter. Hello, my name's Peter. I've got a beard. I wear a grey jacket. I'm a big baby. I'm scared of clowns. Ooh.
Yes.
The collection plate. They passed the collection plate, and at the end they had like a lottery, and whoever got the right numbers would win what was on the collection plate. Would that make you go?
Nah. I'm not that lucky when it comes to numbers, you know what I mean?
You're lucky with numbers. Excuse me, do you mind answering a couple of quick questions? It's about religion. Do you go to church at all?
No, I don't.
Should they reintroduce animal sacrifices?
Virgin sacrifices.
So you'd be prepared to actually die for Jesus, would you?
Not me.
You said virgin sacrifice.
But how do you know I'm a virgin?
Because look at the state of you. Never had it off with a girl. Maybe a bloke, never a girl.
I've had it off with many girls.
So there we have it. It seems the church obviously don't know how to make themselves more popular. So I've decided to take matters into my own hands. This has been Ian Lee, the 11 o'clock show, London.
Now, people often say to me, Ian, there are two sides to every coin, to which I always reply, I know! Where do you think I come from? Space!
But Ian, those people do have a point, as this week's mix of good news and bad news proves in this week's Good News, Bad News. Bad news.
Boris Yeltsin's been rushed to hospital. Good news.
We thought he died in April. Get well soon, Boris.
Bad news.
Today's kids have a worse diet than the kids of the 50s. Good news.
They're far less likely to have lost their father at El Alamein. Good news.
Sex offenders are to be tagged for life. Bad news.
They've already done it.
Good news.
Charlie Dimmock's got a calendar out. It shows her in a range of revealing poses. Bad news.
You might catch your dad cracking one off over it in the shed. Good news.
For Robbie Williams, he's been voted Icon of the Millennium. Bad news.
For Robbie Williams, the last one was nailed to a piece of wood.
Good news.
A French couple have won a court battle to name their son after the magic roundabout character Zebedee. Bad news.
They're also campaigning for the right to cut off his legs and shove a spring up his tiny arse. Good news.
A man has entered the record books by sticking 125 clothes pegs on his face. Bad news.
His clothes are damp.
And that was the week's good news, bad news.
Man, sometimes I just don't understand it. Daisy, what is going on? It's kicking off in Seattle. They're trying to reclaim the streets in London. Do you really think writing is the only way to bring about social change?
Well, Ian, let me tell you a story. A while ago, a travelling family moved in about 4 doors from me. They were nice people, but they were picked on, victimised by police. It was an outrage.
So, what, you got a gang together, turned over a few cars and knocked a copper's hat off, yeah?
No, I moved.
Next one. So, what is all this writing all about? Well, our American correspondent, R.T. Fulton, went to find out.
The other day I got me a leaflet telling me to come down here to Houston Station at 9:30. Said something was going on, so I thought I'd come down here and find out just what the hell's going on. Y'all wait up now. You know what the hell's going on around here?
Yeah, we've elected that we're all leading ourselves. So we're going to go outside at 10:30, find one of us who knows the geography of London really well, and make a move from there.
Y'all gonna reclaim the streets?
Indeed.
You know what I figure? I figure if we was all to reclaim the streets, then we could set up toll booths. We can make ourselves a goddamn fortune.
That's not really what it's about, is it?
Outside if you're walking with the N30 demonstration.
Y'all, I got a room for a couple in my car. Everyone else is walking down to Trafalgar Square, but I'll tell you, my legs is plumb tuckered out, so I took a taxi. Those costing anything? Mind giving RT one then? Y'all should be charging money. You can make yourself a goddamn fortune selling these anti-capitalist leaflets. I ain't accusing you of being a hypocrite, but y'all an environmentalist? Y'all wasting a lot of paper right now putting it on old RT. No more asbestos! No asbestos! What do you want? Steak! The smell of your juicy steaks has given Archie the strength to keep on marching against capitalism. You all have a good day, and I hope you sell lots of steaks. I love it in there, man. I love it. Yow! Come on! Come on, boy!
After a week of spectacular events in Ulster, sidelined unionist Ian Paisley was forced to do anything to get some attention, including a baffling display of close-up magic.
Go on, pick a card, put it in my pocket. Is this the slogan you were thinking of?
And to commemorate today's historic events in Ulster, we play out tonight with a look back on Northern Ireland's 30 troubled years. But so it's not too depressing, we've cut it to the uplifting sound of some classic tracks. Good night.
Good night.
When you're in love